Welcome
Welcome
to
to
the
the
Doctor's
Doctor's
Lounge.
Lounge.
Come on in. All right, well, we got a special episode for you today. Happy New Year, first of all. You know, a lot of times when we think about the New Year's, it's actually one of my favorite holidays, a time to reflect and it's
Yeah.
time to think about self growth. And I always do try to implement a New Year's resolution, no matter how cheesy that sounds. We're actually, instead of just pitting out information to you, and since you are invited to our lounge, we're actually going to share some of our resolutions and
Yeah.
how we are going to implement changes for the new year. So
Well,
I
we're
hope
hope.
this is going to be helpful. This is titled New Year, Better Health.
So I'll start. Like a lot of people, my New Year's resolution is based around health. I've put on more pounds than I would have liked over the years now, and so it's been a struggle of trying to find ways to stick to new plans and stuff. So to help make it stick this time for my New Year's resolution, I actually downloaded a few apps. One of them helps track exercise and recommend routines you can do, and it uses the smartwatch to help keep track of it. And then
And by the way, we're not sponsoring any
anything.
apps.
I'm not saying the
All of
names.
this content is
Yeah.
free. We don't monetize off
Yeah.
of it. It's just for education.
And all the apps I get are free. I'm not paying anybody any money. So I found free ones that to track the exercises that also work with the watch, as well as to track food intake to kind of keep track of calories. Because the goal is if you eat less than you're burning, you'll lose some weight. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. And the other big part I was telling Ivy before is that like the other thing I'm trying to do is give myself the grace that if I mess up one day, that doesn't mean throw the whole thing out and just say the hell with it. It means let me, okay, do better tomorrow, try to work on getting the exercise daily, watching what I eat, be better about it. And if I mess up, okay, stick to it for another day at least.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, maybe we can talk about what you are going to do and then what are things that you're not to do, like
Yeah.
avoid. You want to start with what you are going to be doing?
Yes. So for me, there's the food diet part of it and there's the exercise part of it. They're
Well, tell
linked,
us
but they're
more
not.
about the exercise.
Yeah. So what I'm going to try to do is both do some amount of cardio warm up at the start, sometimes switching it up. I've found for me personally, sometimes using a treadmill in the gym with like a little TV thing on it helps distract me. So I'll go a little bit more as opposed to if it's just in my head, I get more bored. So I'm going to
And
try
some
to,
people use music.
yeah.
Music works for me.
Yeah, yeah. And so I'll try to do that at the start. And then with the app, it has different weightlifting exercises. So I can try to help put some muscle on and have strategies. And I'm hoping that because it has specific plans, this exercise this many times, that one, it'll give me something to build off of. I mean, in the past, even I got a personal trainer one year for a little bit. We tried different things and I haven't found ones that stick with me as well. Interesting. The one that actually worked the best was back when we were in med school. I did grappling, like Brazilian jiu jitsu, and like that multiple times a week. The
Well, I
sport
think,
of it was fun.
yeah, and I think because you enjoyed doing it,
Yeah.
that part of it was why you stuck to it. But also, the variability is key because if you're doing the same exercises, your muscle groups, it actually burns less calories because of muscle memory.
Yeah.
So the variation is actually key to
Yeah.
burning more. And strength training will actually burn more than cardio. Cardio you can do and it's great for your heart. And it's unfortunately, you can also lead yourself to exhaustion as well. And things like working on core, Pilates, strength training, like even if you don't have like dumbbells, you can lift
Yeah.
heavy
Heavy
things.
things. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had sometimes you're carrying the groceries home, each bag's heavy, put one on each side. I'm like, oh, I got some curls going.
And actually, leg muscle groups burn
Yeah.
more as well as your back.
Squats. No, I think the other part for me is whenever I see results sooner, I feel motivated and stick with it better. The times like some of the things, if I don't see the payoff, it kind of for me, it's hard to stay as driven. So that's
Are you
where
gonna take pictures? Are you gonna
I,
make me
you- I,
take pictures of you?
well, actually, so one thing I saw back years and years ago, they talked about like that's a way to keep people honest and stick with it. It's the same as like, tracking your diet. Like if you have to put it down and if I know I have to take a picture every Saturday or something, then it's like, okay, I got to make sure it's going in the right direction. But I wasn't planning to, but we'll see if it's a good way to keep me honest.
Make sure to breathe.
Yeah.
when you exercise
Yeah.
and
Don't hold your breath. Yeah.
hydrate? And also, how about, just massage and stretching?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to try to keep the wellness going and try to make it a positive experience. I think the other part is try to be in a good headspace so it is a positive experience because I'm doing this to try to improve health and functioning. So I want to make it enjoyable. If it's punishment, then it's easy to say, skip this and kind of go away from it. So that's a big part.
A variation of our exercise that we do is we play pickleball. We're not very good and we're not very competitive, but it's a lot of fun,
Yeah.
just a good
Yeah.
little bit of exercise here and there.
Yeah, and it's that same thing, kinda like finding things to keep yourself engaged, keep yourself moving. I mean, even and sometimes tracking it alone helps. So for me, Ivy for like my birthday 2 years ago got me the smartwatch, and I love that it helps track my steps. And that actually pushed me to, you know what, at work, I'll take the stairs today instead of take the elevator, or try to like, okay, feel a little bit better from walking around a lot. Like I'm getting it in. I'll check it periodically. Sometimes if you're getting close to the thing, like, you know what? Let
Mhm.
me walk around a little bit more, get to the 10,000 steps so looks good. It's
And I don't like tracking numbers,
yeah.
but I get
It's
that. Some people
like
are numbers people and others aren't. So,
yeah, I think it's anything that helps keep you motivated, keep you engaged, and everyone's different. So kind of what works for you. So like we found, I found things that help me better. Maybe Ivy's different. We all have it's knowing yourself and knowing what will work for you.
yeah.
Yeah. So tell me what's to share with them. I know, but share with them. What's your New Year's resolution? What's your plan?
Yeah, so my resolution also centers around health. Many of you know that I do have some healthcare challenges and some chronic illness. And so for me, it's a lot about what I put into my body. I want to focus on having an amazing diet. So really focusing on what am I feeding my cells? And that definitely starts with water. They say that you should drink a gallon of water in the morning. Now, that's a challenge for me, but I do try to do at least a liter, and I take a bottle to work and make sure that I do another at least 2 liters. So that's 3 liters, and really the goal is not to take anything by mouth late in the day. It's not good for reflux. It's not good for your body processing food late at night and while you're asleep because insulin raises and that's where when you store a fat in your cells. So I really try to have a cutoff something around like 6 p.m. Now, it is very important then to make sure that you are eating early in the day and that you're full enough that you don't get hungry.
Yeah.
You stay full by eating good things, right? So not things like sugar actually drives your hormone levels down to where you're hungry a couple of hours later. So sugar is actually pretty bad. And we all need some amount of sugar. When I
Yeah.
say sugar, I mean carbohydrates. It's good to have some amount of carbohydrates,
Mm.
but like not the super processed, not fried foods, staying away from that processed extra fat, but really sticking to very natural, like whole wheat bread is okay, even a little bit of rice. They say about for every meal, let's say a lunch or dinner, you have one plate, a quarter should be carbs, a quarter of it a protein, and then the rest of half vegetables. I will say I do a little bit variation to that. I try to have more protein in early in the morning or like lunchtime early in the day, and that really helps fuel the energy throughout the day. They say you should do around grams per pound. So your weight, a gram of protein.
1 gram of
So for
protein for
me,
each pound
around
of
a
weight.
100 is enough. I can't do more than that. I weigh more than 100, but 100 protein, I think, is a reasonable goal for me,
Yeah.
to start with.
And
That's
with
what yeah, so the things that I wanna do, colorful plate, those portion sizes like I shared with you. Things I wanna avoid, definitely alcohol, fried foods, processed foods, sugars, that sort of thing. Eating late, of course. And then we did invest in a good water filter. We also got an air purifier. Really wanna stay
mm,
close to what I'm actually putting in my body and
yeah.
the things that I'm around.
Yeah. I mean, going with that, like I found and there's different ways to get protein, there's like chicken, fish, these things. The other one, I like a lot of times using like protein shakes because it's a lot of them can have lower sugar content. They're easily digestible. I feel like it's like, okay, good nutrients, other things, but some people don't like them different times. So it's, finding again what works for you, what your body feels good with.
And please share with us in the comments or
Yeah.
email us what your resolutions are. What are you guys doing? We really want this to be a community where
Yeah.
people, are free to talk. We are healthcare professionals. We're not here to charge anything or even give medical advice, but we hope that you trust us to share what we've learned throughout the years, not just from our studies, but our experiences with patient care. And yeah, we really want to build a community
Yeah.
and talk about better health and how we can
Yeah.
help serve better health for you this year. So please come on
Mhm.
into the community.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it, it's that same vein. Like, if you have questions, let us know. If you want to know, we want to share why doctors do things. That's sometimes the other part is like we want to let you guys into the lounge to kind of like hear from us why we do the things we do, why we think certain things, why the system recommends certain things. And from a health perspective, a lot of times it makes a difference because I always feel like if people know why we're saying to do something, they're more likely to follow it, or at least to tell us why it's difficult, what side effects you have, that it's a communication. It's not a one-way street of, oh, do this and that's it. There's a lot of back and forth, and good communication is key. So thank you guys.
Awesome. Thank you
Happy
and
New Year,
happy New
everyone.
Year's. Bye.
Bye.